Evening, guys. Ooh, everything's echoing here. Hold on. Good? Okay. Anyway, um, yeah. Sorry I'm like a week late and such, uh, compared to what I told you a couple weeks ago. Uh, was busy getting the truck fixed. Okay. Why am I getting the truck fixed? Because I was in another accident. Um, Not my fault, for those that are wondering. So, without giving too much away or location wise or anything. But it's a 4 lane road. I'm in the far left lane. Okay. There's a Sprinter van, one of those big old contractor vans, not like the Ford Econoline ones, the big tall one that look like Amazon vans type deal. Um, in the second to left, far left lane, so the third out of the fourth lane. Um, we turned down one of the major roads here, and he's in that lane. I'm in the far left lane. I get over to his lane in front of him, and then I notice traffic up ahead slowing down and coming to a stop, and that the far left lane is open again. So, being that the far left lane is usually the faster of the lanes, and I'm going to have to be there anyway to make my turn, I end up going back to the lane that I was in. This was a span of like 2 seconds. So I had barely even left my previous lane, the far left lane. Uh, so I figured I had space to go back, and there was nobody there in my mirror. No lane departure warning, or no chime from the truck with its radar or nothing. So I'm in front of this van. I'm slowing down because of traffic and going to go slip into the far left lane again. He doesn't like me slipping or slowing down. He gets pissed and goes to whip up around me as I'm trying to merge. Um, if I can bring up one of my old clips here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring up this clip here if I can figure out the buttons, because StreamYard's changed things. It was kind of one of these scenarios. Okay, if it would load. Come on. Okay, so again, this is before I got the cap. This is from my channel. Come on. Stupid internet, I swear to God. Why is it being a pain in the butt? Should be able to scroll. Why am I not able to scroll? Come on. What is going on here? Stupid YouTube. Anyway. Let's go ahead in here. We'll skip ahead. So, this Jeep got pissed that I was slowing down. And he does one of these things as I'm merging over. So I get ready to merge. I'm in the process, and he goes to squeeze by me. Same fucking deal. Only replace him with a Sprinter van. Let's go back here. And right about there is where the van hit. Only on the opposite corner, the driver's side corner. So flip the image around, and that's what happened. So the driver side tire, it didn't get shredded too bad. It's still holding air and it's still intact. They checked it at the discount tire and such. Um, but he did make contact on the side of my truck panel, scraped it all up and down, sideswiped me, uh, cracked the paint on the bumper, and was pretty bad. About $2,000 worth of damage. Um, so that's how it happened, only with a Sprinter van. People got impatient. He got blamed for it. Um, Improper lane change. I didn't see the cop give him a ticket, but doesn't mean that he wasn't issued one. It could have just been in the mail. Um, so this happened on one of the biggest. Fuck it. You know what? You guys have seen the Metro Detroit area, so I don't need to hide nothing no more. No locations. Yeah, it's my stomping grounds, but good luck finding me. And if you do, I've got connections to prevent that. Let's see if Google Maps will cooperate. I don't know if Google Maps will cooperate here. Come on. Okay, this is... Hold on a minute. I'm finding the exact spot here. There it is. I think. Yes. Okay. So, without giving too much away, but this is the exact spot it happened. You'll find the road, but where amongst it is on the road doesn't matter necessarily. Let's see if it'll load up here. My computer is a fucking pain in the ass tonight, I'll tell you what. Okay. So, y'all seeing this just fine on here? Yes. Okay. So, I'm in this lane, and let's see. This light here is slowing down. It's got traffic backed up pretty far. So anyway, it happened about here. I'm in this lane. I get over. Let's say I'm here and he's here. And I start to slow down. He comes whipping up around me as I'm merging back into the previous lane I was in. He's up on the curb right about here as we made contact. He's yelling at me, motherfucker, you hit me, blah, blah, blah. So we go ahead and pull off into this cutout here for, a breakdown lane. And I called the cops, told them what happened. And we go through the light and meet in this I bombed out parking lot. I swear this is a terrible parking lot. But cop met us up here and we did the paperwork and shit. I showed him the dash cam and the cop's like, okay. He didn't talk to me, didn't say nothing. Handled it all at the van's expense, I guess. So yeah. Uh was the truck was down for about 4 days. I got it in this past Tuesday and it was done Friday. The shop did forget to um, order a mud flap, so the mud flap did get damaged, and he's gonna put it on come Monday, Tuesday. Who knows when it'll be in? But I took it to a place called the Dent Shop. Okay, on DeQuinder. Uh, if you're in the Metro Detroit area, this shop, I wouldn't say they're not like treat you like gold type deal, but um, I can't say anything bad about them. I went here on the recommendation of my insurance company. Well, at least my agent, anyway, not the insurance company. But um, the guy, Mike, and his mom have been running it for, oh God, forever. They do a very good job. Um, let's see here. If I can find some pictures. Hold on a minute. So hopefully this shows up. So that's the dent shop. Mike, he was very nice. Uh, took real good care of me. So if you're in the Metro Detroit area and you have some uh, body work you need done on a car or whatever, he does classic cars too. Uh, can't say anything bad about him. I'll be leaving a review on Google once I get that mud flap in. Uh, so they had to remove the cap off of the truck, and I had just wired it up with all the emergency lights and shit for when I do the search stuff. Um, I ended up taking those back down, and he was really cautious because I told him like I spent 3 weeks trying to seal this thing up and make it watertight and such. Um, they only lifted the corner up an inch to end up painting that quarter panel, which was pretty cool. The fact they were able to do that and be so gentle with the truck, I guess you could say. They gave me a bottle of touch-up paint, which was nice. Granted, it was on my request, but still um, nice of them because a bottle of touch-up paint of the Nissan Arctic White is like $28, which is fucking stupid. Um, so yeah, I've spent the last 2 weeks dealing with insurance. This week with getting the truck fixed. and driving my mom's car. Not that her car is a bad car. It's just a little odd for me to be crammed into a uh, Chevy Trax from my giant truck, I guess you could say. Well, not giant, but you know what I mean. Point is, it could have been a lot worse. I could have been pit maneuvered into the median there and could have been really bad. I was going about 70 miles an hour. Granted, that is well, it's not a highway, but it's a highway. It's one of those roads that are a highway. They're connected to the highway. People drive highway speeds on them, but they're not a highway. So I may or may not have been speeding. Anyway, um, I did end up putting lights in the cap. Those came like 2 days before the accident, which sucked. So, um, I don't have video of the lights. Damn it! But if you check the thumbnail of this video, I'm sure you can see the lights in the cap side windows, at least. Um, I'll take a short video of the truck's lights going next time I'm out on duty. So that's what I've been dealing with the last couple weeks. Dealing with weather changes and allergies and various other things. Anything new with you people? Anything going on in the YouTube realm that I don't know about that I probably should? I don't know. Um, let's see. Let me go ahead and drop the invite for my regulars. I don't want this to be a long drawn out tonight. Frankly, I'm getting to the end of my YouTube days. I'm still here. I'm still watching things. Um, I do feel that we haven't turned the ship completely around. Um, but I do see signs that can indicate that we are in the process of the turn, I guess you could say. Not prices coming down anytime soon, but I would say people's demeanor, at least, are pretty okay lately. I haven't dealt with too much other than the accident, and and that guy was yelling at me and such. But as soon as I got out after calling the cops, we were pulled out on the side of the road there, and um, granted, I had everything exposed in terms of being armed wise, and I had all the lights going after the fact because we're on the side of the road. But he kind of changed his tune as soon as he saw me, and that I wasn't mad, really. It was strange. I'm not so mad about this accident as I was the other accident with the old truck, which is strange. Normally, I would have been a hothead and in the guy's face. This time, I wasn't. So, hi, Bushcraft. How are you?
Hello, how's it going?
I just got done telling you how it's going, and you saw the pictures.
Yeah,
So
that's old news for me though.
I know it's about 2 or 3 weeks old. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm catching up here. You got to
Mhm.
fast forward for me. Um, let's see. What's else is going on. I can't think of anything. I know there's news with Trump and shit, but
That's always going to be a thing.
Hey, good to see you guys. I got a question. Do you have to pay the deductible one-on-one?
I did not have to pay the deductible.
That's what I'm glad you weren't hurt. That's the main thing.
Nah. I heard his tire or his bumper rubbing on my tire, and I'm surprised these tires withstood all that. Him pressing on the fender and such.
Especially the rubber these days is not as good as it used to be.
Yeah, I will take it to
surprising.
I will take it to the bank grave that Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax or Ultra Terrains, not the Duratrax, the Ultra Terrains are the fucking best tire I've ever driven on. They're a little noisy, but they're tough as shit.
Well, you have more tread on a truck tire than a car tire. That's for sure.
Oh, this is not just a regular truck tire. This is it's got like an inch of tread on it. It's fucking insane. They're not the big mud tires, but they'll take a hit. So, it saved my butt, I'll tell you what. Having 10 ply on the sidewall. Yeah, they're a little stiffer drive, but yeah, worth the money. $1,200.
Did the dash cam help you with that?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought.
The cop was like, so what? He came up to my window after I handed him my CPO and shit. I'm like, he's like, so what happened? I'm like, instead of giving you a long, drawn-out story and trying to explain it to you, I'll just show you. So I pulled it up on the phone, showed him 10-second clip of it, of him hitting me, and I'm like, I don't know what the guy's problem was. We weren't into it, road rage-wise or anything, but I think, I told the cop, I think he got pissed that I was slowing down, and he came to whip up around me.
How old was this driver that hit you?
He's 27.
Okay.
I looked up his house, I looked up his background, and I did a little stalking online. He's got 2 kids, a wife, a dog. So, anyway, he's a contractor out of Washington Township. Anyway,
when you got out of the truck and had to talk to the guy, how was he with you?
Well, that's where I was saying is his attitude changed. Like he was, we were, so when he hit my back driver's side quarter panel by the tire. He pulls up next to me as I'm hitting the brakes. He's like, motherfucker, you hit me. I'm looking out the side and he's being all pissed off. He's like, pull over, call the cops. I'm like, yeah, I will. You know what? I will. I was going to anyway.
Yeah.
So we pulled off into that little cutout I showed you. And I called the cops. I'm like, I don't know what the guy's deal was, blah, blah, blah. I tell him I had my CPL at the dispatch, blah, blah, blah. So I told him the location we're going to meet up at, the parking lot down the street. And so after I got off the phone with 911, I got out of the car to tell the guy where we're going to meet to do the exchange of information, because less contact I have with this guy, the better. So I get out. I'm fully strapped, of course, as I always am. I just walk up to the side of his van. I'm like, go meet in the parking lot. And he kind of looked at me like, oh, you're fucking armed. Like his attitude kind of changed. He slumped down in his seat. He was like a scared little kid. Granted, he was like 4 years younger than me, but not shit. You know, we're close in age. I don't know. And then I had, just for the hell of it, I'll throw this bit of story in today. Driving in my neighborhood, FedEx guys going through the side street. And you can have parking on both sides of the street. He's parked directly in the fucking middle. Can't get through. I'm nose to nose with him as he's delivering a package. He hops up in the seat. I flick on the spotlights on the front of the truck, and he starts inching forward. So I back up and pull off into one of the lanes off to the side to let him through. I rolled down my window. I said, "Best not be standing in the middle of the street," because he's just got the big old FedEx van sitting there. He looks down and he's like, "Sorry, sir." I'm like, "Okay."
Sorry,
Dude,
sir.
yeah, that's all it was. It's like, "Sorry, sir." I wonder. I swear to God, he thought
Now you know you're getting old when you get
I
called.
know. That's what I was getting at. It's like, dude, the guy was like, I swear he couldn't have been more than 18, 19 years old. Like, he had just started the job. Like, I don't know. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting old. I don't know. It's it's weird because I'm starting to see it where uh the younger generation's coming into the workforce, and I'm like, oh, I'm the old one at the job, at the workplace. You know, I'm the old one in society now, or getting to be, and it's only going to get worse from here type thing. Oh, so that kind of hit me today. I don't know. I've just always been used to people being older than me, and I'm kind of in the halfway point where I'm starting to notice the younger ones now. So,
Are they going to replace all the panels or just down them out?
well, they pulled out. They already did all the body work, Jim.
Yeah.
Everything's done on the truck. I'm all back to square one. So what they did was they took and did the dent work. It wasn't much anything. It was more paint exchange than it was damage to the truck. Got away with 3 dents. Um, I, I don't know how to explain it without showing a picture.
Well, at least your insurance rates aren't going to go up. The others
I
will.
don't know about that just yet. We'll have to
If
see
he's
it.
at fault, it shouldn't really affect you. In my lifetime, I've been hit so many times.
I've noticed I've been in more accidents since COVID than. Um, hold on a minute.
Is Jeff coming up?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah. And having to meet the other driver.
Hold on a minute, Jim. I'm reading an important text from Lake.
Oh, okay.
Uh, oh my God. Okay.
Is it what I think it is?
I'm sure you probably know.
Yeah. I was hoping it wouldn't be nothing like that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say nothing here. I don't know. Should I give her a call? Shit. She. Ugh, fuck me.
I emailed Lake
Yeah.
because I was concerned about you.
Me and Jim can sit here and talk for a while if you
Yeah,
want
give me like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'll give you 5 minutes.
So what you been up to, Jim?
Water and trays. I the deer are waiting till after midnight to come out. Last night I didn't try. I got a 2-point buck that was a little bigger than my dog Monday night, and I'm so disgusted the rain just keeps missing us. South Jersey, some areas have had 2 to 3 inches of rain today, and we had barely a quarter of an inch to 2/10 of an inch.
Yeah, I know how it is. The river here is like, I've been checking it so I can go out on my kayak, and where the boat ramp is.
Is that the Ohio River?
I have to go through mud to get there.
No answer.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Actually, the drought affected the wildlife. The creeks are so low around here. Actually, one of my friends that hunts, his parents have a bird bath out, and they have lights on, motion sensors, and in the dark, the deer come over and drink out of the bird bath.
That's not
Two
normal.
Patriot.
Two things. No answer. So her phone's probably being blown up right now about that.
Yeah, she was charging it.
And Army vet says, "Can't they cite that asshole slamming his brakes on you since you have the video?" The guy didn't slam his brakes on me. I don't know where you're getting that idea.
I don't know about Michigan, but in
Oh, are
Pennsylvania,
you? Wait a minute. Army vet's talking about the Jeep guy, the one that I showed the video of earlier. That's a different one. Yeah, I reported that one, Army vet, but didn't end up being anything. I've seen the guy on the road and multiple times since. Anyway, what, Jim? I'm sorry.
in Pennsylvania, the police, if it's a traffic violation, the way the state laws are, the police have to issue it to you. They can't mail it to you. The only thing they can mail to you is if you go through like a toll and don't pay, and all that. And some of that now has been changed because they get your camera for the
They do
toll.
a they do a mix of things here
Yeah,
in my
every state.
city where it's depends on what it is. If it's a minor thing, I'm sure they'll mail it to you. If it's a major thing, they're issuing tickets right then and there. So
And the thing is, it's a lot of work for these police that you figure they got to write up a report. Everybody thinks they have a quota. I know a lot of state troopers, and they said that's really the least of their concerns, writing tickets. They only do it when they have to
right.
because of all the paperwork involved.
Well, not only that, but it's also yeah, I guess you could say it's paperwork. Yeah.
I mean, life has become just paperwork. It's ridiculous. Hey, Eric. Well, I'm glad it's going to cool off bushcraft. Tomorrow it's going to be like a high of 73 to 75.
Oh, you still got another day, or because it's still going to be warm here tomorrow. Which, I mean, it's not like it was, so I'm not complaining.
Well, the cold front,
85, 80s is fine by me.
well, the cold front's supposed to come in like in the wee hours of the morning, they say.
Oh yeah, it gets cold at nighttime. Yeah, or I wouldn't say cold, but
Yeah, nobody wants to hear it. The only way we're going to end the drought is to get the remnants of a hurricane here. This has happened so many years. We didn't even have an inch of rain the month of August. And you figure, look what's going on. Certain areas of the country are getting above normal rainfall. It's either they're getting plenty of rain or they're getting hardly any rain. I'm not sure if Jeff answered me. He mentioned Curry County, North Carolina. I wonder if everybody in Curry County likes the spice curry. Yeah, Nightwing, I don't like the heat either. It's the humidity. Man, we have tropical air outdoors still. And a lot of people, because of that lunar eclipse that's going to occur on the 7th, a lot of people are predicting earthquakes are going to happen. Who knows? Because last night the moon looked orange here.
it's pretty big right now.
Yeah, because we're not going to see the eclipse. They're going to see it in Europe and in the Mideast. And you know how everybody's predicting doom and gloom because of the eclipse.
Oh yeah.
I've seen several channels that saying, "Oh, we're going to have 3 days of darkness." Then people are predicting the rapture is going to occur on September 23rd. I look at these prediction dates like the end of the world dates. None of them have ever come true.
Yeah, I just got a thing saying it's gonna start warming up. 69 degrees right now.
I had the dog out before 101, and I was shining the stream light looking for Bambi. It's still humid out there. It's in the 70s probably.
Oh, so I also didn't tell you guys. I got to use the big old spotlights on the front of the truck legally for once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we had a drone show here at the city center, and there was no street lights in the field, of course. That they had all the drones out, and we're cleaning up all the safety tape and shit because we had to cordon the area off because people are stupid and just we don't need them walking on the drones. So anyway, I pulled it. They're like, pull your truck up, turn on all the lights, turn on the big spotlights, and I hit those buttons and boom, it was like fucking daytime.
How'd your batteries do?
The battery bank or the actual battery on the truck?
Well, the truck, yeah.
Oh, it was just fine. I'm surprised that the battery has, not that I want to jinx it, but hasn't shown any fatigue or anything, being that what I do and all that.
Do you have a gauge or dummy lights?
It's a gauge.
Oh, that's good.
So it'll usually float between 14 and 13 volts. And then if I have everything on going all at once, it'll float around 11 and a half. It can generate up to 400 watts of power out of the back end outlet. So I'm not 400 watts, 1200 watts of power out the back outlet. So if it can do 1200 watts, it can do, I measured with the battery box, I'm drawing about, maybe at the peak, if I had everything going, 120 watts, which isn't a lot for all my lights that I've recently put on and the spotlights, which are like 60 watts of power, but only using 3 watts of power, if that makes sense, because LEDs are efficient.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Probably all LEDs.
Well, yeah, that's the big thing. Is I've only ever seen the battery box pull 120 watts of power, and it'll fluctuate because the things are flashing. You know, it's not a solid on. If they're solid on and no flashing, nothing, I'm pulling about 76 watts, which isn't a lot at all. So the battery and the system adapts, I guess. I don't know how the technology works, but it's very efficient.
Yeah, Chrissy Cat, I'm still growing trees. I'm going to keep doing this till I can't do it anymore.
I heard that Michigan was asking Trump for help.
Oh, I didn't hear nothing.
Well, actually, Detroit.
I could believe that.
Because of how the crime has dropped so much in D.C.
Would you hear in Baltimore, they're saying the governor's sending in the state troopers, and they're saying the crime rate is down. That's a bunch of nonsense. The crime rate isn't down. The police,
they're just not reporting it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They're not. I'll tell you, a lot. One thing people are being lied to is, okay, the unemployment rate we're not really sure of. With all the migrants in this country, with what's going on with people being raided, because Baltimore is not a very safe city.
Oh no.
Because I remember, I never got out of a car in Baltimore, but I know people. My son's girlfriend lives about 50 miles from there, and her parents don't even go down there.
Honestly, I don't go past the highway if I can help it.
And you figure crime is literally everywhere in this country. And I hope they do something in Philadelphia, because every few days you hear about somebody, dying from, a pew-pew. I wonder if Sniffer's still in the submarine, or if he can say. You got 2 German Shepherds. They're the best kind of dog, in my humble opinion, Sniffer. I'll tell you, something's got to be done in these cities. Yeah, I'll tell you, I've heard people on talk radio, okay, 30, 40 years ago, Kensington wasn't too bad. And now it's just become homeless people, half passed out on drugs. And the sad story is, a lot of people with I have a customer I've known for 40 years. It's a psychiatrist that works at the University of Pennsylvania Hospital in Philadelphia. He told me, he said, without going into any confidentiality, he said a lot of people that have mental illness, about the only thing he can do is just give them drugs to like sedate them, calm them down.
So here's a video of one of the events we recently did. This was just after the accident with the truck. But we had shut down one of the major streets for a fireworks show, and
relaying to make sure everybody heard, all traffic is to stop. All traffic stops.
so right here is our utility van. It's a big red Sprinter van. We've nicknamed it Clifford.
Clifford.
Like the big
The
red
dog.
dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that happened that was pretty funny just after I took this video is I turned around and let's see if I can go back to my truck here for a second. So I'm at the Quality Inn driveway, keeping people from going in and out. And this lady comes out of the hotel. She's high as fuck. And she stands right about here in the middle of the road and starts twerking. Big old fat black lady starts twerking in the middle of the road. And I'm standing there like, what did I just witness? Yes.
What do I do?
I'm like, do I call this into PD or do I just leave it alone? And I left it alone. And after like 10 seconds or so, she walked back into the hotel, didn't say a damn fucking word. And I'm just standing there like, yeah, this is Detroit. So, yeah. But you can see the strobe lights in the back window that I've put in. I know it's hard to see with it being such a small image, but it's there. They're catching people left and right trying to cut through down there.
I bet.
Well, this is a big main road. This is like the heart of the city that I'm in. So if this gets shut down, everything stops north and south. So yeah. Let me see if I can upload another video here.
Is Army vet man a trucker?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because I was telling him today, because I've been reading stuff when I have some spare time. Like the cost of refining fuel is not going to go down. If crude oil gets to $55 a barrel, some areas it's not profitable to get the oil out of the ground. With high electric rates, you figure electric rates have gone up 25% in the past 4 years. It's costing more money to refine oil. We're never going to see we'll be lucky if we see diesel over at $3.25 a gallon again, unfortunately. Because I know people that drive a truck and the profit margin's going down with high fuel prices.
Let me see if I can find that. I'm uploading another short here. It's the same night that we were doing the fireworks. I'm setting these to private, by the way, so if you go looking for them later, they're not there for you. Just because, technically, I don't need my commander snooping on my channel. Not that he knows that I have one, but...
We're not revealing anything that...
No, it's nothing that's not known to the public anyway.
But he may not... well, you know him better than we do, but he may not like you even talking about any of this.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's...
You know how people are.
Yeah.
It's like little kids. If you're friends with one neighbor, the other neighbor may not like it.
Right. All right, let's see. This is just a short little 22-second. I clicked the wrong fucking button, of course. StreamYard changing their button layout again. This is just me kind of filming Clifford going up and down the area blocked off.
Well, your grass is a lot greener up there than it is down here.
This was about a week ago, actually. Its shit has kind of died off.
Everywhere around here, it's all yellow and
Yeah.
from no water.
Oh, we got a lot of rain that week. It actually was thundering and lightning about, I don't know, an hour or two before the fireworks show. We were debating whether or not it was going to actually happen. I'm not the best camera crew, I'll tell you that. Like trying to film a moving target. So,
Is that privately owned?
what, the van?
Yeah, Clifford.
Technically, yes, because we're a nonprofit. But it's through the city, so because the city council controls our funding.
Oh, okay.
So, but the thing is, our funding comes from FEMA. I don't know. There's some loophole in there that we qualify as a nonprofit, being that we're citizens. You know, we're not cops. We're not emergency. Well, we are, but we're not. It's a weird loophole. We're in the gray area between a civilian and a cop, and a first responder. It's really weird. You have to read into the legal jargon of it. Go ahead, Jim.
It's not like you're in the militia or something that's volunteer.
No, it's not that. We're not allowed to carry while we're on duty, but yeah, CERT is nationwide. It's just imagine a MAG, a mutual assistance group, what's Jeff saying here? A little bit more power than a civilian, but less power than a police officer. Yes, exactly. No powers to arrest, but I do have power of being presence and security and, for lack of better terms, a glorified mall cop, Paul Blart style, with more training to help out in a natural disaster, such as search and rescue, first aid, and CPR, and various other medical
Yeah,
You know,
you could actually get you one of them Segway things if it wasn't too high for you. If you drive like this.
Well, I think 101 has the power to say you can't park here. Basically, you have to leave.
yeah.
If they don't listen to 101 and the police have ordered everyone to leave, then the police will intervene.
Well, that's basically what it is we are an extension of the police and their authority to render aid in an emergency or a situation such as that fireworks show. Uh, when the police don't have, or the first responders don't have the manpower, we take the slack, and we are their extension. We don't have any authority to arrest. We do have the radios, as you heard. We just call on that radio and be like, I need PD down here at intersection blah 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 or whatever. And they're right around the corner. They'll fucking I've done it where I'll be like, somebody's yelling at me like, I want to get through, fuck you, mother, that whole thing. I'm like, you want to get PD down here? We can do that. And I do it. And they're like, oh, I fucked up. And they get a fucking ticket and a chewing out. um, we had an intersection out a couple miles from my house, and we had it blocked all four ways to where you can't make a left or go straight, but you can make a right-hand turn. So just imagine it's kind of like a roundabout, I guess you could say, without going straight. This guy, I don't in this beat up white Ford Ranger, fucking high off his ass. I don't know what he was on, but if my buddy Robert wasn't watching my back, I would have been hit. And he's like, whoa, 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 stop. He's blowing his whistle. And PD is sitting right next to Robert with their lights going. And this white pickup goes to run our barricades and our cones and damn near hits Robert's truck. And I turned around and I start chewing that motherfucker out. And the cop that's sitting there gets out and he's like, hey, come here, get out, and basically does what I did to the guy. Chews him out, gives him a fucking ticket, pulled him off into the parking lot next at the corner there. And so, yeah, I, I have authority, but myself, no. On behalf of people, yes, if that makes sense.
I mean, unfortunately, a lot of people in the city don't respect authority unless they see someone like a law enforcement officer that has a sidearm, and even at that, they'll challenge them when it comes to, gangs.
Yeah, we don't fuck with that. We have enough presence to where people don't fuck with us like that. Some of us do wear body armor. I have worn body armor on that, out on there when I have to. Predominantly not for I'm going to get shot purposes, but if you do get hit by a car, it's going to save your internal organs type thing. Susan says, does it require you to carry a flashlight? You should supply the entire county. Yes, it does require you to carry a flashlight. And no, I do not supply the whole county. That would be expensive as fuck.
They're envious of 101's flashlight collection.
They are actually pretty envious of my truck. Not gonna lie, some of these guys are like, "Oh, you have a very nice truck," and as you can tell, I have got enough lights on it like Clifford, so it's like some of them just have the magnetic one that you slap up top real quick, and they call it good. There's other guys that have more lights on their truck than me. There's this one guy, I forget his name, but he runs security for GM. So those videos I showed you is right across from the GM Tech Center where they develop all the new cars. And he's security for that, but he's got light bars, like 4 in his windshield. How the guy sees through his windshield, I don't know. It's like driving a fucking tank. You know how you look through the little peephole type
Mhm.
Yeah.
shit? And this guy is just, you thought I was nuts with the lights. I don't know.
Well, you're doing your best to keep your truck from getting hit, but what are you going to do?
Well, here's the thing. I found out that uh, my body is covered under city insurance, and it's pretty good insurance at that. Um, but my vehicle is not, which no big deal. I have full coverage anyway. Uh,
So, God forbid you would get hit by a car, they would pay for any
but
hospitalization.
right, they have their own insurance that I'd go through the city and they pay out. And, but the thing is, if my vehicle's hit, I I'm not at fault because I have multiple witnesses. I'll be on scene like you just saw, and I guarantee you, people will vouch for me. People will give other people tickets, and you know, it's like the equivalent of hitting a patrol car for a police officer. You know, they're going to be more at fault than me. Even if I am moving and I have all my lights on, they're going to say, "Hey, why did this person not notice all these flashing lights? They were in a spot that they weren't supposed to be on authority of, the police of my city." And we can make it a big fucking deal. So, yeah, I may not have coverage under the city for my vehicle, but all circumstances that follow, you don't really need it because everyone's going to be vouching for one of their own. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, over time, you're going to get to know more police.
I'm sorry.
So, over time, being inserted, you're going to get to know more of the Detroit
Oh,
police.
yeah. This coming weekend, I'm doing PD open house, and we're gonna get to play with all the trucks and shit. And then we're doing a festival not this coming weekend, but the weekend after that. And then the weekend after that, we're doing a firehouse open house. So yeah, we're basically partying on the weekends at this point. I don't know, it's fun. So I'll be right back.
Anything new with you, Bushcraft? You still at Royal King?
Oh no, that was just seasonal.
You're done there.
Yeah.
My work is seasonal too because of the winter.
Yeah.
I think with this crazy weather, we could have a brutal cold winter. This is
Yeah. I'm thinking the same thing. We're gonna have a bad winter.
this is except for the past few days. This is the first August where it cooled off at nights. It's going to get down to like 48 degrees Sunday and Monday night here. And I think it's just sickening how all these courts just are going after Trump. I think he's had
Yeah.
22, and Joe had 4 in 4 years, 22 lawsuits. And some of these people involved with these trying to stop everything he's doing, they're not even Americans. It's people from other countries that are involved.
Well, I look at it this way. At least I know it. Evidently, if it's rubbing people the wrong way, he's doing what he needs to be doing.
He's doing what he promised he would do, but they're just trying to tie his hands at every move. And I think Harvest Merry Man, I read about that too, about JAG officers in DC. And I think there's a lot of stuff going on that hasn't been revealed to the population yet.
Oh yeah, they don't tell us everything.
I think all of us have a good idea of what's going on, but I don't want to say it on one-on-one's channel. Well, the trees do like cool weather harvest. Harvest Merry Man. I like cool weather too. and just hoping we get some rain here because we're like 6 inches below normal rainfall.
Yeah, rain would be nice.
And a few weeks ago, I almost got hit by a red-tailed hawk. A red-tailed, a mowing. Actually, this happened to
Okay, I'm back.
somebody else I know. I was mowing, and all of a sudden, this red-tailed hawk swoops right in front of me when I'm mowing, and it goes to the left, and I see movement in the grass. The red-tailed hawk was trying to get either a mouse or a rabbit.
Jeff says, 101, does that mean you're going to play on the fire trucks? Yes. Actually, yes. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, the fire department's used to little kids going, so they'll have little seats for you to climb up in the.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
And if you hit the siren, that could damage your ears.
I've been there, done that.
I'm sure he's used to the sirens when he set up places.
Yep.
Yeah. Although a lot of the times they'll shut them off once they're there, so not too bad.
I caught an ambulance crossing an intersection. Yes, an ambulance crossing the intersection to get to McDonald's.
Bruh.
Flipped the lights on, and everybody stopped, and he pulled into the McDonald's drive-through and shut the lights off.
I would do that. If it was me, I would do that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Someone's dying of starvation. I mean, technically.
No.
Technically, you probably could use that as an excuse. Someone's dying of dehydration. We need water now. So they went through the drive-thru.
Well, if you guys are like in some area and you have to be there for a long amount of time, it'd be nice if somebody went out and got food and drinks for everyone.
We have done that.
Yeah, they got, if it's like they're going to be there for a while. They're Red Cross, and there's other churches that will come out and coffee and stuff. Like if there's a well, I don't know for 101 and everything, but like for the fire department, they'll have people, if there's a fire or something, they'll show up and give them coffee and donuts and stuff like that.
Let me see if I can find it here.
I don't go anywhere without my Coleman water jug with a big block of ice in it. You know, just going to the store and, you know, stocking up on stuff, I get thirsty.
Come on, computer.
And I hate to bring it up, but you know what's coming up here shortly?
What?
And,
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody remembers during that time, there's a lot of volunteers going out there and feeding the people looking for parts, so to speak.
Yeah, the anniversary, it'll be 24 years.
Jesus Christ. Make me feel old.
And the younger generation make fun of it nowadays.
What's that?
9/11.
You can say it.
I know. I'm just so used to being careful.
I remember picking my son up from school in the truck with the German Shepherd we had at the time, and little kids were just crying because they didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, and that's what got me at the school thing is the Bush incident thing that went on.
Mm.
The way it was handled for, oh, I'm doing it for the kids. I'm making a straight face, but everybody else was freaking out except for him. Well, it doesn't make any difference if, you know, you're keeping calm for the kids when everybody else is freaking out.
Yeah.
Maybe he was calm because he knew what was going to happen beforehand, for all we know.
Allegedly.
So, yeah.
So let's see here if I can share this. I know it's a grainy photo, but deal with it. If we're out on a big to-do and they need people working in shifts, we're going to bring the big mobile command center. And you get, you know, that's basically an RV. It's got radios and you can chill and recharge.
Yeah.
I've been up in there one time, and it's pretty nice actually. It's like, oh, this is where the taxes are going, you know.
I figure some of those have, well, they ought to have a bathroom in them.
The RV does, yes.
Yeah, and actually, the tour bus my son rides in, that the band rents, some of them have a shower in it.
Yeah.
In Clifford, we have these piss bags, like what you get at a nursing home or whatever. Piss in a bag and then dump it out later.
No, piss and go.
Yeah,
Or a
something
2-liter
like
soda bottle.
it's like one of them portable toilets. Let's see here. If I'm trying to find images of. Damn it! Come on. Facebook is a pain in the ass.
Do you have a Facebook account?
I do not.
Okay. Because you really can't look at everything on Facebook unless you have an account.
Well, I do, but I don't.
Yeah. Same as I signed up for one when it first came out, and here in probably 2020, well, about 2019, I stopped using it, except for Facebook Market, because it's hate book. That's all it is.
Come on. Now shit's frozen. Why?
Well, I keep in contact with some of my Virginia relatives that live outside of Richmond in Henrico County, and one of my sisters. And the thing is, Facebook, everything, it's gone to the point, it's all political.
Oh yeah, that's why I said it's more hate than anything.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, certain liberal family members, like my wife's not going to make a comment because we know we're not going to change their mind at all.
Yeah. It just, yep.
In fair, because Trump didn't do anything in public for 2 days. Look at all these people assuming something happened.
Oh, he was dead.
I know.
Did you see when Trump went to Fox and Friends and he's talking and somebody took AI of it and or programmed AI to make it look like he was pissing himself on their white couch?
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Speaking of Trump, do you know he ran for president once before 2016? He ran for president in 2000 in the Reform Democrat Party.
Huh.
That was more of a joke, though, wasn't it? Well, not really, but you know.
He was trying to make a statement.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's just like these nuts guy.
Got him.
put his I don't know who started it or what, but he got a lot of votes. nothing that he would, come close, but it was just the fact that if a lot of people put somebody's name on the ballot, or when you go to vote, there's that empty one that you can write somebody's name in there.
Well, I have a good friend that's a customer. He writes Donald Duck every time. He likes Trump, but he doesn't trust Trump. And his wife would be a good person to watch shows like this, but she doesn't.
I can understand the trust thing. Because technically he is government now.
I wonder what kind of sandwich Eric was going to make. And speaking of people raising money, Grace, the Democrat Party, they're hardly getting any money at all. I think the Republican Party's got 4 times the amount of money being donated to them. And you figure someone like Trump or Elon Musk, it gets to the point, how much money do they need?
What do you mean?
You figure somebody that's worth billions of dollars, they're never going to spend all that money. They're just doing it to prove something to themselves, probably.
I understand, but I don't understand.
Well, look at it like this. Some of these billionaires, if they make more money, they're never going to spend it. What are they going to do with it? The most they'll do is reinvest it and start another kind of business or something.
Oh, I see.
But then you look at all the stuff alleged where government money was being funneled back to some not so nice people that are household names that we really can't mention, that Doge uncovered allegedly. And if Trump's kids had to work, learn how to run excavating equipment on the job. And figure, I've met people in my life. I know people that inherited a large amount of money. You know what they did? They squandered it. I can't go into details. Just like one of our neighbors had all these properties sheriff sale because they didn't pay their taxes.
So usually when we're out doing whatever, we'll either bring what they call Black Beauty, because it's a black old ambulance that they've painted for us, and our trailer. And usually in our trailer, we'll have more amenities to stay out in like cold weather and such. I hate this shit. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at my commander Mike. He's on his little bike with his little red and white, or red and blue flashing light. It's fucking hilarious.
That looks like the old paramedic vehicle from Emergency, that TV series in the 70s.
Yeah, it's from the I think it's like a 1985 vehicle. So yeah, it's
just a little newer than the one that was on TV.
Yeah, it's a relatively old vehicle. They're having trouble keeping it going. It's getting old. Here's a good picture of it out in the winter when the highway got shut down last year. So, yeah.
Do you get a lot of potholes in your area?
You should be asking, do you have any patches of smooth road? It's like driving on the moon here.
Okay. Because there's one road in our area, Route 30, that you could go from Philadelphia to Lancaster, and even after they repave it, all the big trucks use that. Because my son never takes 30 to get back home; he always takes the PA Turnpike. Because he said they repave it, and before you know it, you got areas in the road where the new asphalt is just sinking in.
Oh yeah, like we had where they're having to redo a curve here by my house, and it was like a washboard for the last 3 or 4 years since they redid it. They redid it in 2020, but it just crumbled because of the drainage issues we've been having, and it was like driving on a washboard, real bumpy and shit. And they're just now redoing it, and it's still shit.
Is the ground? Would you call the ground where you are somewhat sandy?
No, no, not at all. It's
Okay.
more salty because Michigan is nothing but a salt flat.
Because I know where
It,
I know up by the Great Lakes, that's all sand.
it's solid, but the thing is, being that it is all salt, the water has nowhere to go. So what topsoil we do have, it gets eroded or it doesn't stay stable or whatever. So yeah.
Well, I wonder how fast the soil percolation rate is, which is how fast the water goes through the soil.
Oh, I have no idea. We've had some instances. I wish I could find it. Where we had 696 highway. You know how some highways are built down, like in a pit?
Hmm.
Yeah, it was completely like flooded, like total. You couldn't see the highway. It was like a trench, like 30 feet deep of water.
Well, it's hard to get a good roadbed in a situation like that because it's not gonna be a steady roadbed because you're getting water movement underneath the roadbed. It's probably a high water table.
I don't know anything in regards to that. I'm not a civil engineer.
Well, that's more the area of agronomy, really. Actually, I know beach farming. I know the soil is sandy in Florida, just like some of where my cousins live in Richmond. The ground's like sand on top. That once you hit the subsoil, it's gray modeling clay, and water doesn't even go through it very well. I like cheese too, Grace. My wife got some Irish butter on sale at Giant. She hasn't used it yet.
Irish butter's good.
Irish butter? What?
Hmm.
Is it green?
No. Maybe if you left it out long enough, it might be.
Jeff, chill out. It's not time just yet. Probably time for you, but
I don't think 101's going to be in a twerking competition.
what?
Grace is saying is about a twerking competition. I'm not sure what they're referring to.
Oh, because were you not here, Jim, when I told you, like, uh, when we shut down that road, a lady came out of that hotel that I
Yeah,
had?
that black woman that was real heavy set.
Yeah.
That's something you can't unsee.
Well, not only that, but it's like, what do I do in a situation like that? Do I call the cops? Do I just let it happen? What the fuck? Like, what?
Well, it depends. If she tries to come over and twerk on you,
Well, yeah, that's sexual assault at that point. Fuck. I don't know. That was. Ugh.
that would be an interesting live.
And the thing is, I'm pretty sure my dash cam caught it, and I couldn't find the damn clip.
I could just see the title. Twerking update.
Right. Like, lady twerks on vehicle in the middle of, like, what the fuck?
And some of these people that do that, these women think they're just so attractive.
This was damn, you ugly.
She can twerk on what and knock him to the next county. Kaboom.
They're probably the same people that go to the
I
dollar
knocked
store
all the way into Canada.
and they have their shopping cart full of all the unhealthy food.
That's because of the EBT. Just saying.
Like, I'll go to the dollar store to buy razors, let's say, light bulbs, but it's like not the food.
I'm still waiting for him to make it to where you can't buy candy and pop with food stamps.
I thought they already made that a thing.
That's what I thought.
Well, just they say it doesn't mean it actually happened.
Because that's done at the state level, I think.
Yeah, it's government funded, but it's controlled by the state. That's why certain states have different criterias and stuff.
I'll tell you, I don't know what all the programs are. In January, it was dark, and the electric bill came, and I didn't have my reading glasses on. So I opened the electric bill in the garage, and I couldn't believe the price. And I was thinking, we couldn't use that much electricity. Well, here, it was one of our neighbors, and they had like a $320 or $350 electric bill, and it said they had a $70 cap. I'm trying to figure out how these people got a capped electric rate, what the kind of house they live in.
Oh, you mean like government utility thing? I forget.
They had to pay $70.
Heap. That's what it is. Heap.
It said they had to pay $70.
Yeah.
And the owner of the house is a woman in her 80s, and a bunch of her family lives there, and it's not a cheap house.
Oh, yeah. You've seen that a lot though nowadays. Is family members moving into one family or one house.
And some of the family members are my age.
Florida's closed. I can't come and visit.
Florida's too humid for me to ever want to go visit.
I've been to Disney World like 4 times in my life, and that's probably all I will ever see of Florida.
Yeah, that one guy blew up. How much he spent taking his family, and he lives in Florida.
I never had any desire to go to Disneyland or Disney World. I'm not normal, I guess.
Disney. Well, I don't know anymore, but back in the 80s, it was cool. I don't know anymore. Yeah, back then, $50. You ate good and got on all the rides and got a few knickknacks and candy and stuff. Nowadays, probably buku bucks.
I've never liked rides like that. I was thinking they're man-made. What if something fails? I think it was Great Adventure. Some kid got out of a monorail and was up high, and they had to talk the kid how to get back down to the ground somehow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that must have been a really high, very intelligent kid to get out of a monorail that high off the ground. No way.
I often think of like shit that kids do these days compared to like when I did shit as a kid. I wouldn't fucking do shit like that. Like, what the, you know what I mean? I'm getting a lot of those moments of like, what the fuck is wrong with kids these days?
Oh, I've seen it where kids are on their bicycle on the side of the road. Then you're approaching them. Next thing you know, they're in the middle of the road. It's like they're playing a game and don't realize they could be injured.
Well,
Oh, like
you're
where
lucky you see kids on bikes. Here lately,
I'll get a
though,
lot of
yeah,
I'll get a lot of it where they'll be riding on a sidewalk, then they'll go in the middle of the street right in front of the truck, and they'll purposely swerve in front of the truck and weave in and
yeah.
out, in and out, in and out. I'm like, dude, what are you fucking doing?
Neater.
Yeah, kind of shit.
Well, it's good to have a dash cam in case a moment like that would occur.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Shit.
Well, I haven't gotten to the point where I want a dash cam for the tractor.
Yeah, CJ, I bet.
Okay.
And that's probably far from the front doors. $50 per parking.
Huh.
I don't think one-on-one's going to do a 24-hour live, Jeff.
Oh no, fuck that. I tried to do that one time and that was a fail.
I did 72 hours for a charity thing. Probably could have went longer too.
I need my rest, and I'm getting to bed way too late.
Yeah, no. Oh, they got a free bicycle raffle at the open house this coming weekend. I don't need a bike, but sounds fun. Let's see. Smokehouse, bounce house, emergency vehicle displays, vehicle extraction demonstration. That'll be fun. CERT, of course, we're there. Dunk tank, crime commission. Oh, that's weird. What? Why would they bring in the police chaplains? Why are we bringing in priests?
Where's it at?
My city?
Well, yeah, don't tell me, but is it a church function?
No, it's at our local PD.
Oh, okay.
What? I mean, I've heard of chaplains in the military kind of thing, like, give
Yeah.
a Marine last rites, but never police.
Yeah, I'm wondering what is it about?
This is just an open house to where the community comes and sees the police
Okay.
department and meets people and
I thought it might be something. Well,
yeah.
is it 9/11-ish time? Maybe
It says Saturday,
coming out.
September 13th, so
Okay.
just after, I would say. So yeah.
Maybe they're doing prayers for
Yeah.
the people who still care about it.
Let's see. Free hot dogs, chips, refreshments, gun safety locks. Fuck that. Child safety ID kits. Huh. Bicycle raffle. Let's see here. Hazmat, EMS, SWAT displays. Ooh, get to pull out the Bearcat. Yeah, meet your police officers, firefighters, explore all the equipment, enjoy a safe and friendly family afternoon. Yeah, fun. Should do that more often. Give me an excuse to hit the horn on the fire truck again. I really need to put a horn on my truck.
I just looked outside with all the lights on. It's just starting to rain here very lightly.
I wish it did here.
I mean, that's like, get your twerking coupons ready. Oh, Lord. One free twerk. What does that equate to? This is a question that I'll regret, but what does that equate to if you had a coupon for twerking? Is that exactly one butt shake, or is that like a set time of the butt shaking?
I would assume it depends on who's doing the twerking.
Well, what I'm saying is, what defines
It,
a twerk? Is a twerk exactly the session of twerking, or is a twerk
again,
exactly one shake of the butt?
it depends on who's doing it.
What age?
Because if there's somebody like the lady that was twerking in front of you, it's like, oh, that's good. That's good.
That's fine. That's enough.
Coupon's good.
What age group is that most popular with the twerking?
I have no fucking clue.
Hannah Montana or whatever her name is now. I forget what her name.
Miley Cyrus.
So like,
Oh yeah, Miley Cyrus. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm surprised I knew that.
like people
Honestly.
between, girls between 30 and 40, I guess.
Yeah, so my
Mm,
group and younger.
yeah, probably younger because
Well, next time I see
I
that,
would say
Twerking was invented when I
25
was
on
in
up.
high school.
25 on up.
Twerking was invented when I was in high school, which was 2010 to 2014. So
Mhm.
I've seen videos on YouTube where these girls like are moving their hands and dancing and not talking. I don't even know what that's all about. I think
That's the TikTok thing.
what is that called though?
Um,
Because that's not twerking. What would be the problem?
no, it's certain songs have different dances for them now, and their dances are like they're not quite um, Macarena, but it's kind
I was
of
going to say, it's like,
Macarena-ish.
yes.
It's just moving their hands and then they turn around and wiggle their butt, and that's their dance. I'm like,
I was thinking it's not sign language for deaf people.
yeah, it's weird.
That sounds about right, though.
I guess they feel a need to perform.
And they have things where that's multiple countries. Pick your best country, and I'm like, what are they doing?
Your best country.
That's not a dance. You shake your hands and do this and
Put your left leg in, your left leg out. Fuck.
yeah, kind of.
The hokey pokey. And
Yes.
Army vet, man, that's what I've been talking about on some of my videos. Because none of us know if Social Security is going to be around in 2030 or 2032.
Well, in that case, I want my money back.
I mean, I tell you, that's the thing. If the government, if the government would take a person's money and just put that in some kind of IRA, they would be better off. Then,
Or you would be even better off just not taking it at all and just having that be our money.
but the thing is, a lot of people don't have enough self-discipline to take that money and invest it. And
Well, not just invest. Like, I don't invest anything, and I'm just fine.
but I mean, put it in a Roth IRA or just a regular IRA. Most people don't realize. Say you have a job and you're not self-employed like me, and you work for a company. They have a retirement plan. Most of these retirement plans are just nothing but an annuity. If a person puts money in an annuity and takes it out in 3 years, you're not going to have what was put in there. Most pension plans are annuities, where you have to wait so many years for it to be worth what you put in it because the management fees are so high. But
Is that the same as a 401k?
yes and no, because 401k, you own that. Okay, like I have a 401k through Vanguard, but my wife has a profit sharing plan through her employers.
What I'm asking is that, like, if I take that money out, is that the same as that amount of money and does it matter when I take it out?
If you have money, and let's say, okay, where you work at, if they're putting money in your retirement, you probably can't touch it until you're 59 and a half.
I have no idea. I would
And
assume so.
depending what banks you go through and stuff, they all always read the fine print stuff because you can get if you take stuff out early, depending on whatever it is, there's a penalty involved.
Oh,
But most profit sharing retirement pension plans aren't really through a bank. They're through a financial institution like Vanguard, BlackRock,
credit union or something like that.
and the big thing now is this Empower company that I've told everybody about before, where they've taken, like, some of these companies with pensions, they have it through a John Hancock fund, which is actually a subsidiary of Vanguard. But a lot of these companies like Empower that are buying up all these medical practices, they've taken everybody's pension plan and they've decided to manage it on their own. Because I've seen people on YouTube talking about, oh, they were complaining about how the retirement plan nosedived when Biden was in office. It all depends on what it's invested in.
well, in some cases you don't have any control
You don't
over
have any
what
control.
they invested in because a lot of the time it's split up so many times that it's.
I've asked my wife, is there any way you can find out what this is invested in? She said, no, they won't tell you.
No, that's retarded.
And people got to make sure. I've seen people where their husband died and there was no, what they're trying to do, what they've done some places is you need a retirement plan where there's a beneficiary. Say your husband worked all his life and he's got a lot of money saved for retirement. Some companies were able to get around stuff legally and get rid of the beneficiaries. So when somebody died and and that money went back to the pension plan, there was no beneficiary. The most important thing is to have a beneficiary.
If I were to die tomorrow, my mom only gets $5,000.
So I take it your mom is named as your beneficiary.
Yes, because she's my only immediate family.
Okay. Because believe me, I know about all this stuff 101.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't, not that I can give any financial advice because I'm not an accredited investor, but these variable rate annuities have very high management fees. I'm not a believer of annuities because you know what they do?
I have no idea. You're speaking legalese to me right now. My brain is frying over here, Jim.
I mean, they put money in the stock market and they guarantee you're going to get a certain return. And if it goes above the rate they say you're going to get, that's how they make their money. They profit from it.
Okay, that was a little more common folk speak. Thank you. I was in the middle of watching Fury before I started stream and didn't get to the good parts.
I was watching Seven.
Seven what?
You know, the Seven. I forget what his name is now. Anyways, the guy goes and kills people for the seven, gluttony and all that stuff.
The Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah. Yeah, Brad Pitt. Yeah, Brad Pitt and the other dude.
It's funny because Brad Pitt's in Fury too.
Yeah. That's why I thought of it and said, "Oh yeah, Seven."
So I saw another movie the other day, and it was actually a really good movie, in my opinion. It's with Brad Pitt as the main character, and he plays the role of the Grim Reaper, basically. And it's called, damn it, why am I drawing a blank? It's on the tip of my tongue. Why is it always happen this way?
It rubbed off.
Let's see. A man named Joe. That's what it is. And
You sure that's the name of it?
I'm pretty sure.
Are you talking about the one where he comes back, or he?
Oh no, I'm sorry, not a man named Joe. It's Meet Joe Black.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
Yes.
because he ends up kind of falling in love with the guy's daughter that he's supposed to be.
Yes.
Anthony
Yes.
Hopkins.
So,
Yeah,
he's playing the Grim Reaper, or at least possessing
a version of him. Yeah.
yeah. And he's teaching the old man about the value of life, basically, kind of Scrooge style, and ends up falling in love with the daughter, and it's a classic. You can't be in love with the daughter because you're basically death.
Yeah.
That whole thing. You're a supernatural being type thing, and but it's got some funny fucking shit in it. It was fucking hilarious. So that was a good movie. I did actually cry at the end. I don't know. It was a good one. It was kind of weird seeing Brad Pitt so young, like late 90s.
Yeah, that's why I was 7. I was like, dang, both of them were really young.
Wait, how old was he in 7?
I don't. I believe it's in the 90s. Let me look.
It's so weird because I compare him to what he looks like in Fury, and it's like nothing. It's like
95.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 95.
A man named what was it? Fucking hell! Why am I drawing a blank?
And
Meet Joe Black. That was 98. So yeah.
The mail call guy was in there in that movie too.
Mail call. I don't remember mail call.
What is your major malfunction?
Oh, yes.
Him.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts? Yes.
Yeah,
That's
I still like that. I might go watch that one.
That's Arlie Army, ain't it?
Huh?
Right?
What?
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
Yeah,
It's Arlie Army.
Yeah, they got this. The AI that turns the people into babies and they talk thing. They have him doing that. It's hilarious.
Well, some of those are funny people did with Trump and Biden.
Yeah. Still surprises me that people still think that stuff is real. I'm like, yeah, the babies in there cussing and making all kinds of noise.
Maybe it occurred in a past life where people are born as old people and they get younger as they age.
I think the best part of the Meet Joe Black movie was when he met the Jamaican woman in the hospital, and he starts speaking Jamaican to her, and he's got this heavy accent, and it was just funny to see Brad Pitt speaking that. And I guess he trained with that old lady for months ahead of time to learn that accent and to be able to speak to her in Jamaican.
Yeah.
So really weird.
Yeah, but look at it like this. Look at how some of these politicians, like Hillary and Kamala, can acquire an accent. I wonder if they had a speech pathologist help them do that.
Speech, but what?
A speech pathologist actually.
What's that got to do with politics, though? You lost me.
No, but they can help you. When I was a kid, because of being nerve deaf in 1 year, in elementary school, 1 year, I had a speech pathologist.
Oh, like a speech therapist type thing?
Yeah, they call it a speech pathologist, I think.
Oh.
And actually, we know someone that their daughter-in-law does that. helps kids that have. My whole point is, you could get one of these people to take someone and teach them how to speak with the dialect, any accent you want.
Mm-hmm.
It takes training. It's like it's not that hard to come up with a fake Southern accent, like "Hey, y'all doing?" Just like my cousins in Virginia. When I was a kid, it wasn't Jimmy; it was more like Jemmy. Then you get north in Pennsylvania, like where my mother was born, Honesdale, coal country. It's not washing machine; it's washing machine.
Did you just say Hosedale?
Honesdale, Honedale.
Hosedale. I was like,
Honesdale.
Hosedale, that's fucking Detroit.
That's down the road from.
That's down the road.
Honesdale, Pennsylvania. Actually, my one sister took my mother there to see the town she grew up in, and she got the shock of her life how there were more people in that town when she was a kid than there are now.
Everybody's moving in big cities, so you can be 15 minutes away from everything.
To be close to where the jobs are.
Here's that scene. Just real quick, if I can get away with it.
My mom is sicker than him.
I'm going to die.
Mama, stop it. It's just a man.
What's up here?
Bad
So
spirit.
you can see 'em.
Tell me not.
And what you is then?
I from that next place.
You waiting here to take us? Like you's the bus driver to there?
No, man, I am holiday.
Some spot you pick. Oh. Pain, bad.
I don't have nothing to do with these things, you know.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
Well, she identifies with him because of the accent. Pretty obvious.
Well, if you know anything about Jamaica, they're into that voodoo shit and spirits and
black magic.
Yeah, so she saw right through his mortal being and saw the spirit of death that he is. So yeah, exactly, Grace.
What do you guys think about the comet Atlas 3I? You got people, okay, Representative Luna from Florida, Republican, and Avi Loeb Avi Loeb from what is it? Harvard. He's a leading astrophysicist. They want more information. They're seeing that some of the information they're getting is being changed. Do you think this whole thing could be a hoax?
What is a hoax?
The Atlas Comet 3I as a cover for something else, because all this stuff talks about
what is a cover
for a fake alien invasion.
Where did this come from, Joe? Jim? What the fuck?
Well, what the plan is?
No.
I'm sorry, my mind is still
No on the brain.
Well, you read stuff from, let's say, certain forums pertaining to the boards where they say if Hillary was elected, they were going to stage a fake alien invasion for why people were disappearing.
Oh, okay. Like I was wondering how the fuck we went from.
Because this thing,
my brain is still trying to catch up here, Jim.
This whole thing fascinates me, because this is the third allegedly interstellar object that's come from outside our solar system.
There's actually more and more proof coming out that we might possibly be living in a firmament type deal.
Because it's going to be very interesting to see. You figure, I said this when I did a stream last night. None of us have seen this stuff. We're just relying on what NASA is telling us that all these telescopes.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yep.
Jim, is people are starting to, not that we actually are, but space and things are starting to.
It's harder to put the wool over your eyes now.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so much
Their
technology, you
narrative,
can see it now.
their narrative of outer space is falling apart.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we live in a fishbowl like the firmament, like it describes in the Bible, but I really don't care because I am such a small being that I just will live life as I am inside my little environment here.
Well, if you look at, if you can still find it, it takes a while. Because I remember my grandparents had a copy of it, the 1955 Britannica Encyclopedia. It mentions how there was a firmament over the earth. And Google's tried to erase that. And
so let me get a tally in chat here if y'all could do me a favor and put a 1 in chat if you think that outer space is just a bunch of bullshit that they're making up and that we actually live in a firmament like it describes in the Bible.
You figure the book of Enoch says, heaven is above us, the firmament, and hell is below us. And the earth is held up by like basically 4 pillars.
I don't know about the 4 pillars thing, but
that could just be a metaphor.
Yeah.
That's the thing with the Bible. You gotta look at one word and then you see what it means in Greek, and then you see what it means in Hebrew.
Grace is like 17. Fair enough.
Where did they come up with that word first, and was it the original word that was in the Bible? Or did they substitute it?
Speaking of the origin of words, and I'm going to totally derail this conversation, but I found out that the origin of avocado is testicles. Yes, I went there. Yes, I did derail the conversation completely.
And you figure Old English is different than what we speak today.
And avocado also translates, or guacamole translates to testicle sauce. So you wonder why I don't eat it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought I'd throw everybody through a loop, just bringing that up.
I don't like avocado. My wife loves them.
Fitting. Very fitting.
We don't eat the same kind of foods at all. She made bacon chickpea pasta tonight for me for dinner.
The fuck? Yeah, like that's what, like when you're talking about like what are we gonna have for dinner? Like, yeah, that's totally what comes into my mind. Like, what the
Tomorrow night's chicken leg quarters.
Okay, that's a little less strange.
Well, my wife doesn't eat any of the type of food I eat at all.
The fuck?
And since I haven't had any roast in a while, I'm probably gonna get one out here in the way of a fawn.
Just speaking of strange, I just came across a video of what it would be like if Harry Potter was flying a broom in the middle of the Vietnam War. What the fuck? You gotta love YouTube random bullshit.
Yeah, but would a magic carpet be just as nice?
I don't know. Ask Aladdin.
Like, how hard would it be to fall off of a magic carpet?
Now, how many times have you watched certain cartoons where the thread of that carpet gets stuck on something and then they go flying out and then
it
unravels and they fall?
Like total like Tom and Jerry type shit.
Yeah.
All the good cartoons aren't even on TV anymore.
Yeah. Roadrunner.
Dude.
Now, then the thing with this comet, okay, the Star Blazers season 2, the Comet Empire, where an alien spaceship came to conquer Earth, and everybody thought it was a comet. And Wildstar, who took over for Captain Avatar after he passed away, reunited the Star Force because he thought everything didn't add up.
I wouldn't doubt it if this is just a big old ship that the rich people have created that they're going to say they're going to all go up into, and they're going to say that the rapture happened. Then they're going to try to fly away from us because they hate us and or are leaving us for dead. And then they're going to end up hitting the ceiling, aka the firmament, and then crashing and burning. So, yeah.
Wonder if that ship will hold 144,000.
I think to really know, you have to get about 120 miles above Earth. And you figure we've all seen stuff where everything with three-letter agencies for, trajectory, shooting at objects was done on a flat Earth, not around Earth.
If I had to take a guess, I would say our firmament is more than our atmosphere, but less than okay, so where there's the asteroid belt supposedly?
Yeah, between Jupiter and Mars.
Yeah, I would say that that's about where the firmament is in terms of space, because we have to have some atmosphere and some excuse for things hitting the moon and the Earth in terms of asteroids or bits of rock or whatever that are coming from up there. So it's got to be bigger than Earth, but less than our solar system.
And you figure if it wasn't for Jupiter, that saves our ass from being hit by asteroids. It's gravitational pull. Then about a week ago, I found this out from watching Paul Begley. It was on Bing. A news story that a rogue planet the size of Jupiter was discovered entering our solar system by these telescopes all over the world. And then the story was taken down completely off of Google and Bing.
There's also another theory of like it could be where we are in a firmament, but how it said separating our waters from the waters outside. In other words, the outside atmosphere of space. It could be that there are things out beyond the firmament that can't penetrate the firmament. So we're actually safe from most of space bullshit. So when they say an asteroid from the outside of our solar system that just magically disappears from the news headlines, it's because it never actually could penetrate the dome that is over our little bubble of existence. Just a theory.
But then scientists say that asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs, hit the Yucatan back, millions of years ago.
Well, I would say that is true, but it came from inside the firmament. It could have been from a chunk of rock up in the upper part of the firmament.
But then you figure in the Book of Revelation about 1/3 of the Earth is going to be destroyed by fire. Apophis asteroid, Friday the 13th in April of 2029. We're going to have a close call.
I don't think it's going to happen because if it was, we would
have a lot of stuff before that.
Yeah, we wouldn't be.
So many times people skip to, the middle of Revelation instead of start from the beginning and then learn about the beginning and what the meaning of the beginning is, the letters and all that stuff.
But the Wormwood star mentioned how it's going to make the waters all better.
I don't know if that's even a thing. Like it can be interpreted in so many different ways. Like Bushcraft said earlier, it's metaphors.
Yeah.
You got to also think what are bitter waters, or what compared to what it was back then. What was the quality of water then to it now? Could taste like shit to us, or to people in the past. Our water today could taste like shit to them, but their water could taste like shit to us. It doesn't matter.
I mean, the water varies. Just having a well where I am, It's just like the water my parents had.
Right. Hard water is different than softened
But
water.
then where my sister lives and where my parents moved to before they died, their water tastes completely different because we're on a different water table, even though we're in the same area.
If you go up north to my uncle's house, it smelled like sulfur a lot of the time when you turn that shit on.
That's how it is when you get out near Harrisburg.
But it tasted fine. Like it was usable. It just smelled like sulfur because the surrounding area was a sulfur mine.
A lot of central Pennsylvania, from all the coal mining they did and all the waste left on the surface of the earth, the water out there just doesn't taste very good. It does have that sulfur smell.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that little report I did about the shrimp.
The radioactive shrimp from Walmart.
Yeah. Well,
that makes you piss blue.
It's all over the place, all over different stores. It's more than likely if it's frozen, it's probably it.
They were saying that you would, if you ate too much of it, you'd start to piss blue.
Well, the thing is, it actually will change your DNA.
Oh, so now I am shrimp fan.
L17 or whatever it is. It can actually damage your DNA and change it.
So I'm shrimp man, as if I didn't need to be any smaller.
Well, it's hard to say what the change would make in an.
I'm just being funny, Bush.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. It's hard to say what that change, it's something that it wouldn't affect you, too much. But
it would affect future
your kids and their kids. All of a sudden they can breathe underwater or something. You never know.
I am shrimp man,
Yeah.
Well, there was a big scare when our country and the Soviet Union was doing above ground nuclear testing that all the milk would be contaminated with strontium. I think it was 70 or 90. I forget what number it was in the element table. Where radioactivity in the milk, you figure when these countries did all this nuclear testing, that stuff just got all over the atmosphere. And there were so many parts per million in all the milk, and how that could get into kids' bones.
You want to hear something crazy? So there's a theory that, so you guys know the show SpongeBob, right?
Unfortunately.
My son watched it when he was young.
Either way, it actually exists because of our nuclear program. There is a place that is called the Bikini Atoll, just off the coast of Australia, that the United States used to test its nuclear weapons, and it looks just like the island in the picture of Bikini Bottom, where it's just a tiny island with a palm tree that they did testing on.
That's why Sandy can talk.
Exactly, and this is where some people theorized that the reason all the characters can talk is because of the radioactivity has mutated the fish and the creatures and the squirrel, and now you have Bikini Bottom. So the bottom of the Bikini Atoll in Australia, or near Australia rather,
the South Pacific,
which theoretically speaking makes sense, and historically speaking also makes sense. Whether it actually is, I don't know.
You figure they weren't expecting the explosion to be as many megatons as it was. And the government did pay a lot of those people off.
What I want to know is how the hell are they able to do all that testing out in the Pacific Ocean and not create fucking tsunamis?
Well, they did it in
above ground.
Las Vegas too. Or not Las Vegas, but Nevada.
That too.
My uncle was stationed there. And he ended up his nose. Radiation got in his nose and it got big.
You figure, you look at videos, soldiers could see the bones in their hands that witnessed the test because the light was so bright, like an X-ray.
Well, yeah, that was what it was giving off, was X-rays. That's how they discovered it. Yeah, like you would think that that would disturb the crust and cause earthquakes or cause
Well, maybe it did.
things that
Thing.
I don't really understand it. How the hell can we test all these big ass weapons and not have shit happen?
And look
Unless
at all
that is what's causing all this shit to happen, is we're testing bigger and bigger weapons, because we're not on the hydrogen bomb anymore. We're on like the Satan something or other. I
well, look
forget.
at all the
But
aquatic
it's
life
like
that probably died.
55 million times the strength.
And if
Yeah.
look at all the wildlife that died from the Tsar bomb. Okay, above ground wildlife and ground that exist, like wildlife, aquatic wildlife that exists in the ocean, the Arctic. But they're thinking is they had to test this somewhere.
Ryan says, ding, 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 you're on target. What are you referring to? What I just said about the reason they're going on about?
That was back in when we were talking about the shrimp thing.
Oh,
When you said, I'm a Mr. Shrimp, but,
yes. Okay.
One YouTube video says if you eat enough radioactive shrimp, you're going to turn into a shrimp type monster.
Yeah.
I am Shrimp Man.
They got a song and everything out right now. The cat singing this shrimp song.
Oh, Lord.
It is a pretty good song, though.
I miss the days where like the internet was just like purely cat videos.
I'll tell you, YouTube, social media like this, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, it's changed everyone's life.
Gray says this is like everyone's piling into 101's living room and BSing.
It is. And my wife doesn't do any kind of social media at all. She watches her exercise videos. She doesn't do YouTube. The only time she uses Facebook is to contact a family member. If they send us a message, she doesn't have an Instagram account, a Twitter account, no interest in TikTok videos. She'd rather just go upstairs and read her book.
Brian says we're safe from all the objects because of the dome. Or the doom. You mean the dome.
And before you couldn't say that, some people say what we see on the moon is a reflection of the Earth, and that we're just in a very, very small part of the Earth. We're all living on the prison planet section of it.
I will argue that the moon is its own separate thing. I would say that all the craters and that are actually from when it was formed. Like I said, I think that the firmament is a little further out than just our atmosphere.
And the thing is, how do we know what space is like when you get so far out? The density.
And another thing, yeah, us humans are curious. But generally speaking, why the fuck do we give a fuck?
Because we do. It's in our nature.
I understand that, but it's not going to affect me. Like, if a rock decides to hit Earth, let's say, an asteroid or whatever, can I control that? Can we stop that? No. Nothing on this.
Oh, yeah.
All our nuclear weapons would not be able to stop something that could.
Just get you a nice lawn chair or something and
Right.
watch the show.
If aliens invade and want to destroy us, why haven't they? Oh, because they drive by and they see that our planet's basically the Detroit of the universe. That type thing. They either think we're too stupid or not advanced enough to reach us in the first place, or it doesn't exist. Like, there are so many reasons for me not to give a fuck about space, other than the cool factor, sure. What they tell you in science class or whatever, fine. Spaceships, cool. sci-fi shit, fine. Okay.
Somebody made a video of aliens coming by, and they said, "Oh, there's life down there," and they brought it up on their screen, and it was
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. He saw, keep going.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that one. Yes. My point, aliens took their doors when they drive. Yeah, they lock their doors. Yes, they lock their doors when they drive by, or they roll up their windows. Right, roll them up.
But none of us can comprehend how big the universe is, though. It's beyond our thinking
Okay,
capability.
maybe it's not in our nature to be able to comprehend. Maybe God made us in that way on purpose because we don't need to comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand, yeah.
I try to understand it, and I try to think, our universe, okay, or our solar system, rather. I can even contemplate our galaxy. But do I really need to even go that far?
The majority of the time, like saying how the big boom, how everything was made and all that, they're always trying to figure it out, where it started at and all this.
Why?
The point being is the same thing they do here is proven there is no God. They want to prove there is no God.
Well, okay, even if
And
you
every
wanted to
time they
prove,
try that, they end up proving the opposite.
well, here's the thing, and this is going back to my core value of why I believe in God. The sheer fact that everything fucking exists is damn fucking proof of God. You cannot
Yeah.
have a finite, balanced environment such as our ecosystem of Earth and our surrounding, I don't know what you want to call them anymore, planetary bodies, or if we're talking firmament, or you know what I'm saying, the environment
Yeah.
and the laws of physics and the way things interact. You cannot have it be such a finite, balanced thing by mistake. I'm
Just
sorry.
the fact that a cow, all of his stomachs or her stomachs.
Right.
I had I watched this video where they're explaining the possibilities of this animal living anywhere but where it lives.
Hmm.
And the same thing with the grass that the cow eats. How
Right.
it's all the whole shebang all the way through. It's like it's impossible that creature was made by evolution and all that mumbo jumbo. So all the other things that surround that cow would have to evolve with the cow in order for
Right.
that evolution to be a thing. And it's impossible.
The cow cannot exist without the grass. Well, the
Yeah.
grass doesn't know it's being eaten by the cow, but how does it know to have the certain nutrients for the cow to?
Mhm.
How does the cow know to eat the grass? How does the cow know that that's what it needs?
And
Why is it
then
not gnawing on a tree
and
somewhere
it has to go
or
through
whatever?
all those stomachs for when it poops is the exact nutrient it needs, the grass needs to grow,
Right.
to flourish.
Exactly. So
It,
yeah. How do
it's a coincidence. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. How does oxygen and salt and moisture know to react to create a brine solution to eat away at iron to create rust, iron oxide? You can't tell a molecule what to do without godly intervention.
Well, the new thing is the Big Bang may not have just been a Big Bang. It may have been more like a wheel spinning around that's still spinning, that's just throwing off matter. That's one of the newer theories I've read in the
Well,
scientific
then who the fuck
community.
made the wheel?
They think
Again,
it's like starting a spiral that just keeps having stuff thrown out of it. Just like the theories how you know, something gets into. They used to think something gets sucked into a black hole.
So you're
It's
saying like an
destroyed.
infinite portal of just
It's a
shit being
portal. Yep.
spewed?
Yep.
I feel like that's just God with diarrhea.
No, all this stuff is still theory, but I agree with everything Bushcraft said.
The Big Bang was just God's farts.
Yeah, I can't remember where the location is or anything, but they were trying to prove that at that certain time, you know, when the angel came down and destroyed the whole army overnight, they were trying to prove that it didn't never happen, and they actually proved. They found artifacts and stuff that it actually did happen. And that's the, again, when I say this, the scientists are always trying to prove that the Bible is fake, or, you know, God is not real, or, you know, Moses, and everything they can think of to try to say, oh, it's evolution, this and that thing. But they always prove that it's true.
We're arm wrestling. You going down, man? Oh, shit. Yeah, undefeated. Oh, wait. Here comes another one. Quick, give me your light.
Love that scene. It's fucking hilarious. Here's another one. Fucking hilarious.
We now return to Carl Sagan's Cosmos, edited for Rednecks. I'm Carl Sagan. Just how old is our planet? Scientists believe it's hundreds and hundreds of years old. Scientists have determined that the universe was created by God. Big Bang. If you look at the bones of a Spinosaurus rex, it's clear by the use of carbon dating that Mountain Dew is the best soda ever made.
Maybe used to be, but now it's.
Dude, I used to be addicted to Mountain Dew.
Oh, I know. Same here. Now they got, like, every week there's 10 different new flavors out.
Ball blast. Remember that shit?
I'll tell you, Carl Sagan tried to disprove Immanuel Velikovsky. For some reason, he just despised him, and I haven't seen anything that he's ever done, that he did in his life, that disproved Immanuel Velikovsky. Because how did Velikovsky predict what each planet would be made out of? He predicted everything before we ever launched any probe into space. If you read his books, Worlds in Collision, Earth in Upheaval, and Ages of Chaos is the book where he uses footnotes of historical text from India and other countries in the Middle East, which all coincides with the days of Moses, and stuff that recorded stuff in China with what happened, celestial events that occurred.
There's a new theory out that we may not be living in the year 2025, but rather more along the lines of the 1700s, because of the calendar alteration in the early medieval period, where the papacy basically subtracted about 400 years. So I said about 400. It could be 600, something like that. A chunk of time, and it caused, the years to not be counted correctly or per se. And then people did the math on that and come to find out that maybe the Earth is only about 6,000 years old.
Yeah, there's
Okay, you figure-
a lot of different things in there about the. We used to be 13 months.
Yeah, that was another one. Like
Yeah.
if you do like October is 8 and November is what, 10? No,
Scientists theorized
November is 9.
in
And
the
then
early days of Earth, okay, the day
December.
was much shorter and the year was much shorter. Then the 360-day calendar was accurate. And then over time, something happened
So
for hundreds of years to go by for them to find out that it was.
if you divide the 365 by 28, you get 13 months. Okay? Which would make sense in the fact that you have October being 8, November being 9, Nova meaning 9, and then you have December, Deca, that means 10, and then January, February, and so forth and so on, which would lead up to spring actually being the renewal, and more like March or April being the start of the new year. So when everything starts to renew is actually the beginning of the year, rather than December when everything is dead and dark. This is again how our Satan has kind of
Well,
turned things upside down.
you look at when Jesus was born wasn't December. When he was crucified wasn't when he was crucified either.
Well, no, it was all changed via the papacy. Again, calendar changes.
Man-made holidays.
Because we adopted all the pagan holidays in Christianity. And I used to have arguments with Father Larkin, who became a Monsignor. I was saying, I was told we have to have faith in what was done on the Council of Nicaea. I'm a firm believer that a lot of stuff possibly was manipulated in the Bible just because of politics. And none of us can say with 100% accuracy.
Army Vet says some people think it's flat. I don't think the Earth is flat, but I don't think it's exactly round either. It's obviously not a perfect sphere.
No.
I would say it's more lopsided.
We're fatter in the middle. If you go up and down from North Pole to South Pole, the distance isn't as great as it is going from east to west with the meridian dayline.
Well, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The point is, I think it's in its own little like if you had a ball floating inside of a perfectly round jar, or glass ball rather, I would say that that's more of what our firmament is a ball within a ball.
And we were all told that the astronauts in Apollo 1, when I was about 5 years old, died in the fire at Cape Canaveral. How do we know they didn't launch that thing and it hit the firmament? And it was just a story to cover it up.
What, Challenger?
No, Apollo 1.
Yeah, the first one that
Oh, did it really?
It blew up right there.
Oh.
They say it caught
didn't
fire.
go anywhere.
They say it caught fire when they were inside the space module.
Yeah.
But they were supposed to blast the thing off that night, and the story was, well, they had to check stuff and they didn't blast it off, and the astronauts perished inside the capsule.
Well, it could make also sense for Challenger too, because Challenger was more of a horizontal launch than it was a vertical launch in the 90s, or was that 2000s?
85.
Challenger.
That was 87.
87.
Was
It was
it?
87.
What was the one that was recent though? Then, damn it.
Columbia was the last one.
Was it?
I think Columbia was the last one. You figure you got to get 120 miles above the Earth. I know this from talking to pilots. You have to get 120 miles above the Earth to really see if it's flat or if it's round. And commercial, look how high jets go there. Like, even military, the highest they go maybe is 70, 80,000 feet, like the SR-71. Unless you're in a rocket, we can't go high enough to really know if the Earth is flat or round.
Nightwing says launches usually go horizontal after launch.
Mhm.
Well, then if anything, that proves that
it's reduced the gravity, because if you go straight up, it more gravity pulls, so they go off like that.
true.
Well, as soon as they go up, they go.
Okay,
It would take calculus to figure that out.
which I'm not about to do at 11:30 at night.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Not that I could even do it.
Yeah,
that
if you're
was-
there, you see it. But if you're watching on TV, you're just watching in a box. You're
Right.
just seeing
You have no
the bottom
reference.
part of the rocket going up.
Yeah, you have
we
no
don't have
reference.
we don't have a reference point. It might look like it's going straight up to us, but
Yeah.
it's still going on an arc.
Right. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this space bullshit short and cut stream because it's 11:30 and I want to go get some sleep before I got to do shit tomorrow. So,
Jim needs to clean his camera off. It's really
yeah,
blurry.
Jim, you could use a wipe.
I was like,
It's the connection.
My cataracts are acting up.
My son had cell phone service problems when he was here about a week ago.
So
it's because we're at the end of the Verizon line, I think.
So fucking next weekend, I have the open house for the PD that I'll be doing, but that shouldn't affect stream at all, really, per se. So I will see y'all next weekend.
Okay.
If everything goes okay and such, I'll let you know, obviously. Until then, 101.
Out.
oh, I forgot to play.